that's all the John Ford Cole. I never knew that, you know, I've always been a fan of his. And he came in and he put like really great harmonies that I would have never thought of, oohs and stuff like that, and it sounded a lot like the Eagles. And I never associated the Eagles with being country, you know?
Right.
But I've been listening to Brooks and Dunn and a lot of new stuff that's coming out, and I really love that first Keith Urban record.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Between the Block Top and that was just good stuff, man, you know?
Yeah, he was in a group before that called The Ranch with
Right.
3 guys, and that was even cool.
Yeah, I heard
really
that stuff
cool
was really great guitar player too, you know?
Yeah. So now you're doing is it 4, you said 4 tracks you're doing with them?
4 tracks, yeah.
Okay. And what is it going to go on a...
I don't really know anything. That's all dicky. I mean, right now it's on a computer right now.
What it is we're shooting for midsummer.
Okay.
Late spring, midsummer. Eddie's got a horrendous tour schedule. He's the hardest working rock and roller out there.
125 or something?
I don't know.
Or more a year,
Dude, but I try to, you know, I got 5 kids, I'll do anything to get out of the house.
So he's got, he's got 60 dates in front of him right now.
Wow.
And so what we're doing is, when he finally made the decision and to come in and just give it a try, because he says, hey, I played with the Beatles. You know, these guys any good in Nashville, or whatever, and he brought him in here, and we cut those 4 songs, and we decided, well, we'll have it out by late spring. And he's got some fantastic.
But it's actually going to be late summer, early fall, just because of his tour schedule and because of the travel schedule between the other guest appearances. You know, it's really starting, beginning now. People are on the road, so it's just a matter of hit or miss. But it'll probably be late summer.
So you're still kind of putting it together, and then you'll try to shoot.
There's 4 songs done.
Okay.
And they're probably going to do what, another 5 or 6?
6 or so, yeah.
And is the whole album going to be sort of in the same vein of?
Pretty much so, yeah. We got to do one of my favorite songs called "So Cold Tonight," and they slowed it down. I was ready to kill Dickie when he slowed it down so they could line dance to it. But then when they added that lap steel guitar that I just love,
Bruce Boughton, who plays with Garth Brooks,
just good crap, man. I just whoa, man, this is rock and roll. I don't know what country is. Rock and roll with me, man. You know.
Is it cool to listen to your songs sort of and have them get be rejuvenated, put new life to them with the
Yeah, I mean the quality of musicianship was really great. These Nashville kids were really great musicians, and they were all in rock bands in high school. You know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, just like Vince Gill was in Pure Prairie League, which was a rock band. Right? I got to meet Garth Brooks when he was playing rock and roll, and like Billy Ray Cyrus. I did a little bit of work with him. He's a real sweetheart, and I saw him get slammed against the wall for Achy Breaky Heart. Yeah. And I didn't realize, that there was a war going on between country music and Achy Breaky Heart, but I just thought it was a really cute tune. Well, why did he pick it on you? I think that tune is great.
He had a huge, and he's come back, so just shows you,
Right.
You mentioned you have 5 kids, and I read that your daughter was on the last.
My daughter is now doing Rockin' the Cradle right now.
Oh. Wow.
And she's got Epic Records interested in her.
Okay.
And she's on the road with me. She sings with me, and she gets out there and she knocks out Janis Joplin, Turtle Blues, and she got a chance to meet Greg Allman. She does Midnight Rider. And my lead guitar player wrote a song for her, so her career is really taking off. Beyonce's father wants to manage her, if you can believe that. I mean, I can't believe it. Maybe she can pay me back some of the money she owes me. I don't mind.
Were you surprised that I read that all of your kids are musicians? They all want to be involved in it. Is that?
You know what? I don't know what happened, but they all play guitar. I got 2 of my kids play drums, and I got 2 of my sons play guitar. But they're all at the Incubus and Fuel and all these groups that, and they all sing like, watch out, and I'm going, what the hell is that? Sounds like the devil himself coming up from the depths of hell, But hey, I can't knock it, They don't smoke cigarettes, they're not into drugs, and they don't drink, so whatever they want to do in the garage is okay with me.
There you go, that's right.
I'm very happy that my kids haven't really taken the same road that I took,
It sounds like they're all very, very talented.
Well, they're all doing pretty well for themselves, They play great drums and stuff, and my daughter came back and did a 5 or 6 songs with John Carter Cash, Johnny Cash's kid,
Sure.
and I remember when I used to work with John Carter Cash, I was producing some stuff for him about 4 or 5 years ago, when he was still a little into he was straightening up his acting, and June would come out and scream at him the way my mother used to come out and scream at me. I was ready to hide under the table. But I had the chance to meet Johnny before he passed, which was really great, and June was really super nice to me, and we've been very close to the John Carter's family,
Have you really?
Yeah, they're nice
Was
people.
his music
Yeah, they're great people. Well, I got to play in that log cabin where Johnny did a lot of his work and stuff like that, So, it was a pleasant experience to meeting John Carter. He's a
Definitely.
sweetheart of a kid, you know.
Are you fans of any other of the country artists that are out?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I'm just now getting familiar with it.
Right.
I mean, even if you listen to like pop that's on the radio right now, I just listen to classic rock. You
Sure,
know?
sure.
I'm
And
from
I
the
think a lot of
I'm from the
people like that.
70s and the 80s, but
Well, that music really holds up.
but when I think about people like I have always loved like Hank Williams. You know, You Cheating Heart, and you know,
Sure.
Honky Tonk. You know, I just love that stuff. You know, it was like and I've always liked Loretta Lynn and Tammy Wynette. You know. And songs that used to make the top 10, I never realized that they were country.
Right, right.
Like She'll Have to Stay and all that stuff
Sure.
back in the 60s, you know?
Absolutely.
I just thought it was great music. I had no idea it was coming from the South, you know?
Do you think you'll want to record in Nashville again now that you've had this experience? And
Well, I'll tell you the truth, when I listen to what we did, it's really great. Even time my daughter told me, you know, you should do Where's the Party Country, Daddy, you should do No Control Country. And to me, it just doesn't sound like country, it just sounds like Eddie Money's 70s music. You know, I'm just saying. What's, you know, all of a sudden I'm real big on country right now, and it's like classic rock from the 70s, you know. But I just really do like pedal steel players and lap steel guitar players, stuff like that. And I like what John Ford Coppola did with the harmonies, the Eagles harmonies and stuff like that. And I've had a lot of fun doing the music I've been doing. You know, it's been really a lot of fun. You know.
And have you always toured pretty much done like 100 dates a year? I mean, have you sort of maintained all the way
I've
through?
always done a lot of dates. Bill Graham was my former manager.
Sure.
I've been out with the Rolling Stones. I played with The Who. I played with Steve Miller. I played with Stevie Nicks. I mean, whoever I played with, you know.
So who was your favorite that you're out with? Is there anybody that you really was really?
I like playing with The Who. That was a lot of fun.
Was it really?
And I opened up Johnny Cash. That was really a thrill for me.
Wow.
And we just did a lot of great shows. I played a lot of, I got 5 kids. I'll do anything to get out of the house. You know? So we tour a lot. We do a lot of dates. You know.
I think most everybody is familiar.
My wife's from Nashville. She spends a lot of money. She was born with, parents were into real estate, so she wasn't. She learned how to shop before I met. I should have married a blind woman. Where's my coffee at?
Did you live out? Now, do you guys live out on the West Coast, or?
Yeah, I actually have a house in Daytona Beach.
Oh, great.
And I was trying to get my wife to move out of there, but she said, "Where would I get my hair done?"
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about as far as the music, or anything we didn't cover that you want to?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. It's going to be really fun to get in here and play with Tommy Worth tomorrow, and play some of these songs that they call country, which I call rock. I don't know what they want to call it, whatever you want to call it, but
rockabilly.
Rockabilly,
There you go.
I used to love Elvis Presley when they did All Shook Up and Don't Be Cruel.
Absolutely.
That stuff was, to me that was like good stuff, And
Definitely.
now, like, country's getting really falling back into that rockabilly to me, which is kind of like the rock and roll I grew up with back in the 50s,
Have you met Billy Burnett? You got to meet Billy. Have you met
I
him?
met Billy Burnett.
Yeah, his dad was.
His father was
heavy
really
into that,
fantastic.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
I used to do shows with Billy.
Yeah, he goes out I think a lot with Fogerty on tour.
But actually, he'll be in town playing the Wild Horse, the 26th, right?
29th.
Sunday,
29th.
yeah.
Playing the
yeah.
29th,
That'd be
yeah.
Great, we'll have to come out and catch the show for sure.
It's a rock and roll show, but we got a lot of country people on that.
Yeah.
Alison Croft, what's the last name?
Kraus.
Kraus.
Alison Croft came down.
Wow.
I didn't know her from Adam, She looked like
Yeah.
one of my wife's friends,
yeah, she's amazing when she starts to sing, isn't
Yeah,
she? She's
I
got
wanted to
that-
get her up there to sing with me, so I wanted to do really got a hold of me, but she didn't come up that night. But she's a
Yeah.
sweetheart of a gal. She was very humble and very nice.
Are you finding that you have a lot of fans in the country around?
You know,
that
it's
didn't
really
know?
crazy how many people that are into my music that were into it from the 70s and 80s and now, like Brooks and Dunn's, and when I met Nicole's husband, what's his name? Nicole Kidman's husband?
Oh, Keith Urban.
Keith.
Yeah.
Keith Urban.
Uh-huh.
Gotta go by his wife. He's married a tough chick like me. We don't know if we're in charge anymore.
That's funny. Yeah, I read that you have a lot of celebrity fans. Said like Oscar De La Hoya, Will Smith.
Oscar De La Hoya, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya used to warm up to my music, and Will Smith, and it's just amazing to run into these people that are big Eddie Money fans. It's crazy.
Right, absolutely. Well, unless you can think of anything else, I think we've pretty much covered it.
Thank you so much for a
All
great
right,
interview.
Thank you. I appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
Thanks a lot.